more forestry. We always get snakes, small animals.
Okay, welcome everybody. We're getting on 5:30. So welcome to the Committee of Adjustment meeting. The municipality of Strathroy-Caradoc first off acknowledges that it is located on Treaty 21 territory, and we are thankful to the generations of people who have taken care of this land, including the Chippewas of the Thames First Nation, the Munsee Delaware First Nation, and the United Nation of the Thames. The roll call, I'll go to Sasha.
Thank you, Chair. My name is Sajal Osman, and I'm the Acting Secretary Treasurer for the Committee of Adjustment tonight. I will be hosting the meeting and managing participants. Committee members joining us this evening include Councillor Kennis, Member Kumar, Member Vayan, Councillor Pelkman, Deputy Mayor McGuire, and Member Tipster, who is also our Chair. Municipal staff in attendance this evening are Alyssa Soldo, Planner with the County of Middlesex, Jake DeRitter, Manager of Growth and Development, and Melanie from the Legal and Legislative Services team. Tonight we have two applications to be heard by the committee. The chair will introduce each application and provide the applicant and agent an opportunity to speak to the application. The planner will follow with the report. The public will then be invited to make comments or ask any questions about the application. The chair will then call upon the committee to ask questions and make comments before the chair calls for a vote on the application. Once a decision is made, there's a 20-day appeal period from the date of decision for minor variances, and 20 days from date of notice of decision for consent. If anyone wishes to be notified of the decision, you can make a request today or make a written request following this meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Sasha. Then I'm looking for an approval of tonight's agenda. Frank, second by Dale. All in favor? That carries. Declaration of any pecuniary interest. None, seeing none, we'll carry on. Then the approval of last month's minutes. Recommendation. Dale, seconded by Randy. All in favor? And that carries. So then our submissions for consideration. The first one is 5.1. It's an application for minor variance A15-2026, 530 Regent Street. Owner is Bannon Developments, Inc. And I'm going to go to Alyssa for your report first.
Thank you. The minor variance application before committee this evening is seeking relief from section 6.36 to permit a maximum lot coverage of 47.25%, whereas a maximum lot coverage of 45% is permitted. The application will facilitate the construction of a single detached dwelling with a covered porch and attached garage on the subject property. The subject property is located on the northwest side of Regent Street, northeast of the intersection at Glendon Drive and Ruffin Road in Mount Bridges. A portion of the rear yard is regulated by the St. Clair Region Conservation Authority. The property is approximately 439 square meters in size with 13.4 meters of frontage along Regent Street. The subject property is currently vacant of any structures or buildings. The applicant proposes to construct a single detached dwelling with covered porches as well as an attached garage, which would result in a lot coverage of 47.25%. Therefore, the applicant is requesting this variance to increase that maximum permitted lot coverage for the building footprint. No comments were provided by the public prior to the development of this report. Agency comments include the Manager of Growth and Development, noting that the increase in lot coverage is not anticipated to affect the functionality of the overall stormwater management system. The St. Clair Region Conservation Authority has no concerns with the minor variance application. I reviewed the application against the 4 tests of the Planning Act, and as indicated in the report, it is staff's opinion that this application does meet those 4 tests. As such, I'm recommending that minor variance application A15-2026 be approved. Thank you.
Thank you, Alyssa. Is there anyone in the audience that wanted to speak to this one?
Yes.
Yes, there is. Can I have you state your name and come up to the mic?
Oh boy.
Thanks.
Yes, my name is Frank DeVries, and my wife and I and brother-in-law are co-owners of the property next to where they want to put the house up with the minor variance. Our concerns are whether or not the house size of the house is going closer to the lot line than what was originally planned, or whether it was going to go depth-wise. So if there's a an allowance of 4 feet on one side and 10 feet on the other, not a problem. But if it's going closer than the 4 feet or closer than the 10 feet on the one side, we've got an objection.
Okay, I'll go back to Alyssa for that one. She knows the answer.
Through the chair, I don't have the full exact site plan details in front of me, but I do know that they're meeting all of the required setbacks. So in terms of side yard setbacks, I believe those aren't changing. I believe it's just due to the covered porches. If it was an uncovered porch, it wouldn't be considered part of the lot coverage, and that's just on the front and the rear of their properties. So that's where we're seeing the lot coverage technicality in this case. So they won't be moving any closer to your property, and they're still meeting all required setbacks in the zoning bylaw.
Then one other question is, there's a big pine tree situated on the edge of that property. Whether or not that's going to end up having to be removed, at whose cost?
Through the chair, I don't know what their plan is to do with the tree, if it'll be able to remain during construction. I can find that out, but it would be the cost of the owner or the developer to remove that tree.
Okay.
It's on our property.
Yes,
It's on our property.
it is on our property, but the branches go over top of where the proposed house would be sitting.
Through the chair, if it's not on their property, they wouldn't be able to remove it.
But they can trim up whatever branches they have up to the property line.
Correct, if it's over their property.
And the roots.
And the roots will destroy the tree.
Yeah, so that's one of the concerns, is how much of the root system is going to be disturbed by the construction, because it's going to be sitting just about right at the very front corner of that house. And if it's only going to be 4 feet from the property line, and the tree is sitting 6 feet into the property line, well, the roots are going to be affected.
Okay. Thank you for your comments. I don't know if we can add anything further to it.
Okay.
But-
One other.
Yeah, there's that one.
Would they be responsible then for putting up a chain link fence along that property?
Sasha, back to you. Or, Alyssa, sorry.
Through the chair, through this minor variance, we can't ask them to do certain things that we could through site plans, so I don't think it's a requirement for them to put up a chain link fence. I believe it would be up to the owner if they would like to put up a fence at some time, and that could be a discussion to be had with them.
Yeah, because we don't want them, everybody seems to be going through that property right now and running their dogs at the back of our property.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that I can't control either.
yeah,
Yeah.
and we can't seem to control it either.
Yeah.
All right. The other thing is whether or not they would be incorporating a swale between the two properties to stop water runoff running across.
The water management has to be held to the lot, so yes, they will be doing that.
Okay. I think that's all our
Yeah.
questions, correct?
Good, thank you. Any questions from our committee members? No? Seeing none, then I'm looking for a recommendation for that. Frank?
Motion. Oops. A motion to approve.
Okay, seconded by Dale. All in favor? And that carries. Then moving on to 5.2, it's an application for consent B89-2026. It's 1 Firestone Road in Strathroy. The owner is a numbered company and agent Zelinka Priamo Limited. I think is someone here for that property. Good. Okay, if we can go first to Alyssa for the report.
Thank you, Chair. The purpose of consent B8-2026 is to sever one lot from the existing industrial parcel for future additional industrial uses. The purpose of consent application B9-2026 is to establish an access easement on the retained parcel in favor of the severed parcel to utilize the existing access off of High Street and extending to near the end of the Firestone Road. The subject property is located on the southeast corner of the intersection at High Street East and Firestone Road in Strathroy. The subject property as a whole is 4.84 hectares with frontage along High Street East and Firestone Road. The property currently contains a multi-unit industrial building connected to municipal services. The lands to be severed are 1.01 hectares in size with 30.35 meters of frontage along High Street East and 316.2 meters of frontage along Firestone Road, currently vacant of any buildings or structures. The lands to be retained are 3.83 hectares in size with 91.26 meters of frontage along High Street East and 29.12 meters of frontage along Firestone Road, containing the existing multi-unit industrial building. The proposed access easement on the retained lands in favor of the severed lands will provide vehicular access to the site from the existing access off of High Street East. It will extend along the entirety of the interior side yard of the severed lot to provide access for a driveway connection at any point along that interior side yard from the retained lands to the severed lands. No comments were provided by the public or agencies prior to the development of this report. The provincial planning statement, Middlesex County official plan, Strathroy-Caradoc official plan, and zoning bylaw all permit and encourage intensification, which will provide efficient use of currently underutilized urban employment lands. The proposed easement will provide opportunities for driveway connections to the severed lot. Given the above, I'm recommending approval of consent applications B8 to 9, 2026, subject to the conditions provided in the report. I will note a requested amendment to conditions number 11 and 12 for B8 2026 from the consultant, which just clarifies the wording regarding servicing, as the proposed use of the severed land has not yet been determined. This will just allow them to have a development agreement with the municipality and ensure that there is a servicing plan in place for whatever that future development is. And staff are supportive of this additional wording and would ask that those two conditions be amended. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Melissa. Any comments you would like to make? And just state your name, please.
Through the chair, my name is Caitlin Crowley, planner with Zelinka Priamo and the agent for this application. I just wanted to thank staff for the report. I've read it, agree with staff's recommendations. Just wanted to make sure that conditions 11 and 12 did get amended in the decision. I'm happy to answer any questions, but no further comments. Thanks.
Good, thank you. Any questions from our committee? Steve?
Just one, and it's not really about the application, but I did notice that municipal drain comes into the severed piece a fair bit there right by the street, and wondered if it would be helpful if it was straightened out. And I don't even know if that's possible, but it's not in the way of your plans, is it, the drain?
No, not as far as I know.
Okay.
Okay, any other questions or comments? No, then I'm looking for a recommendation. Mike?
The amendment, motion to approve with the two amendments.
Yes, okay. And seconded by Steve, all in favor? And that carries. Thank you.
We have to do the easement.
Yeah, so I do need a motion for the second one, the consent for B9 2026. Frank, supported by Dale, all in favor, and that carries. Thanks. Okay. Any announcement or inquiries by members? Nope, seeing none. See the schedule of the next meetings. Our next one is August the 6th. And then looking for an adjournment by Frank and Dale, all in favor, and we're adjourned. Thank you.
14 minutes.
Way overstated, 14 minutes.
And talk about the